Imagine you're standing at the edge of a busy room, voices swirling around you, people sizing each other up, subtle glances exchanged. In this moment, every word you choose, every gesture you make, either builds your authority or chips away at it. Speaking like a leader, making people respect you, isn't a gift you're born with. It's a skill you shape with intention. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, your mind will replay the day's conversations, weaving lessons, quietly rehearsing how you might show up tomorrow with more presence, more confidence, and more influence. Let's step into this dream together, a lucid exploration of the core concepts that turn ordinary speech into leadership language. You'll discover how subtle shifts in your words, your tone, and your body language trigger respect and trust. These aren't just tricks. They're practical psychological tools you can use, starting now. Picture yourself waking in a dream corridor, doors on either side, each leading to a scenario where your voice matters. You open the first door, a meeting at work. You're about to speak, and the room quiets. Here's your first principle: clarity. Leaders don't cloud their message with jargon or uncertainty. They get straight to the point. Instead of rambling, say, "Here's what I propose." You'll notice the energy shift. People lean in when your words have direction. You're not just talking, you're leading. But clarity alone isn't enough. The way you say things matters just as much. In your dream, you move to the next room, a hallway conversation with a colleague. This is where tone comes in. Leaders calibrate their tone to the situation. When you speak calmly, with measured enthusiasm, you transmit authority and control. Imagine saying, "I appreciate your perspective. Let's find a solution together." Your voice is steady. Your intent is clear. Suddenly, you're not just another participant, you're guiding the dialogue. Now, as you walk through the dream, notice your posture. Leaders don't shrink into themselves. They occupy space. Shoulders back, chin up, eye contact firm but warm. This is the mirror technique in action. When you project confidence with your body, others mirror it back. Try this in your next conversation. You'll find people unconsciously matching your energy, their respect for you rising with your posture. Next, you enter a room filled with negotiation, a classic test of leadership speech. Here, the yes ladder unfolds. Start with small agreements. Can we agree this is important? Wait for the nod. Would you be willing to consider an alternative? Another yes. Each step builds momentum, gently guiding your listener toward your final proposal. This isn't manipulation, it's structured collaboration. You're not forcing respect, you're earning it step by step. But what about influence in everyday talk? Here's a subtle concept: using because. Psychologists have proven that people are more likely to comply when you give a reason, even a simple one. In your dream, you ask, "Could you review this report because I need your expertise?" That single word signals purpose and respect for the other person's value. Notice how people respond. They're more attentive, more willing, more respectful. Let's dig deeper. Leaders listen more than they speak. In your dream, you're in a circle of friends, the conversation swirling around you. You ask questions, nod, leave space for others to share. This isn't passivity, it's active leadership. By listening, you gather information, show empathy, and make people feel seen. The paradox is clear. The more you listen, the more people listen to you when you speak. But there's another layer: choosing your battles. Leaders don't argue every point. They focus on what matters. In your dream, someone challenges your idea. Instead of reacting defensively, you say, "That's a good point. Let's explore it." You're not afraid of disagreement. You welcome it. This openness signals strength, not weakness. When you embrace challenge, people respect your confidence. Now picture a scenario where you need to inspire. A project kickoff, a new initiative. Leaders speak in visions. Instead of detailing every step, paint a picture. Imagine what we can achieve together. Picture our team celebrating success. This narrative style taps into emotion, motivation, and connection. People don't just follow instructions, they follow dreams. Let's talk about vulnerability. It may seem counterintuitive, but leaders who admit what they don't know gain more respect, not less. In your dream, A team member asks a tough question. You pause and say, I don't have that answer yet, but I'll find out. This honesty breaks down barriers. People are drawn to authenticity. It's the foundation of trust. Now, in the quiet of your dream, consider your words in moments of tension. Leaders diffuse, not escalate. When conflict arises, say, let's take a breath and look at this objectively. Your calm sets the emotional tone. You're not just leading the conversation, you're leading the atmosphere. Let's turn to influence in group settings. Leaders use inclusive language. Instead of I want, say, we need. Instead of this is my idea, say, here's what we could do together. This subtle shift signals that you value the group's input and collective success. The outcome? People feel part of something bigger, and their respect for you grows. Imagine now a moment of doubt, the silent test every leader faces. You're unsure, the stakes are high. This is where self-talk matters. In your dream, you remind yourself, I've prepared, I know my value. This internal narrative leaks into your speech. When you believe you deserve respect, your words carry it. Confidence isn't loud, it's quiet certainty. Now, as your dream unfolds, you encounter a challenge, persuading a skeptical audience. Here's where storytelling comes in. Leaders don't just list facts, they build stories. Let me share a moment when we turn things around. The story transports your listener, makes your message memorable, and humanizes you. Respect comes from connection, and connection comes from stories. Let's dissect the mechanics further. Leaders avoid filler words, no like, be, or you know. In your dream, you speak in short, purposeful sentences. You pause for emphasis. Silence, used wisely, can be more powerful than speech. When you pause, people anticipate your next word. Their attention sharpens, their respect grows. Now consider the words you choose. Leaders use positive language. Instead of this won't work, say, here's what we need to make it work. You're solution-oriented. This mindset radiates possibility, and people want to follow those who see pathways, not obstacles. Imagine a moment of recognition, thanking someone publicly for their effort. Leaders elevate others. I want to acknowledge the dedication you showed. This act isn't just about the individual. It shows everyone you value contribution. The ripple effect is powerful. Respect for you increases because you give it freely. Let's talk about consistency. Leaders don't change their story with every audience. In your dream, your message remains clear, your values steady. People respect those who are predictable in their principles, even if they disagree. Consistency builds credibility. Now, in your dream, you're faced with a crisis. Pressure mounts, emotions run high. Leaders manage their own state first. You slow your breathing, steady your thoughts, and speak slowly. Let's assess the situation calmly. Your composure is contagious. People trust leaders who don't fold under pressure. It's time to address feedback. Leaders welcome it, even when it's hard to hear. In your dream, someone criticizes your approach. You respond, "Thank you for your honesty. How would you improve it?" This openness signals humility, strength, and a growth mindset. Respect follows naturally. Let's revisit the concept of presence. Leaders don't multitask in conversation. They're fully present. In your dream, when someone speaks, you put down your phone, make eye contact, and listen. This simple act tells people they matter. When people feel valued, their respect for you deepens. Now imagine the flip side, delivering bad news. Leaders do it directly, with empathy. I know this is disappointing. Here's what we'll do next. You don't hide or sugarcoat. You face reality with compassion. People respect honesty, especially when it's difficult. Let's talk about making decisions. Leaders don't waver endlessly. In your dream, you weigh options, consult others, and then decide. Based on our discussion, here's the path forward. Decisiveness, coupled with thoughtfulness, inspires confidence and respect. Consider now the role of gratitude. Leaders express it often. In your dream, you end a meeting by saying, "Thank you for your effort and ideas today." Gratitude isn't weakness, it's recognition. When you express appreciation, people want to work with you, follow you, and respect you. Let's stitch these concepts together. Speaking like a leader isn't about dominating the conversation, using fancy words, or demanding attention. It's about clarity, calm, connection, and purpose. It's about listening as much as talking, inviting others into the process, and standing firm in your values. It's about being the person whose words match their actions. Tonight, as your mind drifts through these scenarios, you're not just dreaming, you're rehearsing. Tomorrow when you wake, you'll carry these lessons into every interaction. You'll notice the subtle shifts. People listen more closely, respond more thoughtfully, and look to you for guidance. You don't need a title to lead, you need intention. So as you settle into sleep, remember, respect isn't given. It's earned. One conversation at a time. Your voice, your words, your presence, they shape how others see you. Speak with clarity. Listen deeply. Stand tall. Invite collaboration. Share gratitude. Welcome challenge. In every moment, be the leader you wish you had. And as your dreams fade, you'll wake with something new. A quiet confidence, a subtle authority, and the tools to make people respect you. Not just with your speech, but with your presence. You'll see the power of these mind-blowing concepts not just in your dreams, but in your waking life. The door to leadership is open. Walk through it and speak like a leader.